Nowadays, the environment is big news. Even in these busy times when the credit crunch and political issues dominate, the effect of human impact on the environment is becoming more relevant. Issues include the destruction of the ozone layer and the impact of deforestation. But there are other issues gaining attention on a national and local scale. Municipal solid waste management is recognized as a major challenge. Landfilling as the primary means of solid waste disposal is becoming a very serious problem and only represents a short-term solution. At the same time, we continue to overuse and rely on finite natural resources such as coal and oil. The burning of fossil fuels has also been linked by scientists to global warming. Around the world, cement manufacturing accounts for about 5% of all CO2 emissions. This is a massive amount of emissions from a production of a single material. In addition, making cement is a very energy-intensive process. Limestone and shale are extracted from suitable quarries, after which they are ground together before heating in a rotating kiln to 2,700 degrees Fahrenheit. A chemical reaction called calcinization turns these raw materials into a clinker, which is then ground to form cement. The average cement kiln in the United States can use as much as 400 pounds of coal for every ton of cement produced. Entsorga Italia offers a proven solution to our nation's solid waste and fossil fuel problems. After being collected by standard refuse vehicles, municipal solid waste will be delivered to an Entsorga facility, where it will be air-dried, sorted, and ultimately transformed into SRF, or solid recovered fuel. Unlike other technologies, the Entsorga process requires no incineration at the facility. SRF can then be used by cement kilns and other industrial users of fossil fuels as a major supplement or in concert with coal. Municipal solid waste is collected and delivered to the facility in a standard refuse vehicle. The waste is then moved throughout the facility by large overhead cranes. Air is circulated through the floor to dry the waste. Biofilters remove all of the odor. Recyclable materials including ferrous metals and aluminum are removed. The finished product is shredded to meet size requirements. The SRF is now ready for delivery to end users as a supplement or replacement for coal and other fossil fuels. Now let's take a look at the production of SRF in more detail. The building itself typically looks like a large industrial unit and can be designed to blend in with the local environment. All mechanical equipment is contained within the building, and consequently, there are no problems with noise. The building has been designed to allow waste to be delivered rapidly. Fast-opening roller shutter doors allow vehicles to tip and turn around quickly. Waste is delivered to the facility in normal collection vehicles, where it is tipped into a reception pit. The thing to note about this is that the building itself is always kept under a slight negative pressure, so that any odors arriving as the waste is being tipped are drawn into the building and cleaned with the rest of the air. Once the waste is in the reception pit, the process of moving it around the plant is fully automated, thus removing the need for any operator intervention with the building. This may not seem important, but it means that unlike other types of facilities, operators are not exposed to the elements inside the facility or endangered by heavy equipment moving waste around the facility.
The whole operation is managed from a control center, which dominates the treatment hall and from where all equipment is continuously monitored and controlled by computer with a minimum intervention required from the operator.
Once inside the building, the waste is moved around using specifically designed overhead cranes. It is moved from the reception pit into a fast rotary screener, where the waste is channeled into two flows. Those items that pass through the mesh, undersized, and those that do not, oversized. At this stage, the undersized waste continues through the process, and the oversized waste, typically 10% of the input, is removed. This generally consists of plastic, paper, and cardboard that would play no part in the biostabilization phase. This waste proceeds directly to the refinement section of the facility. This method of preparation is not only the most energy efficient, it also exposes the maximum amount of waste to the biological process and improves the effectiveness of recycling in the refinement section.
Both the reception pit and the pit receiving the undersized waste from the rotary screener, there is a further innovation. Warm air, originating from the biological process, can be blown into the waste to quickly increase its temperature. This stimulates the biological activity at the very early stage in the process, compared to other systems, and is particularly beneficial in wintertime when the delivered waste can be frozen.
After passing through the rotary screener, the undersized waste is then collected by the overhead cranes and moved to the biostabilization area, where it's placed in batches. The floor of the biostabilization area contains a specifically designed ventilation system that allows air to be drawn or blown through the floor in order to supply the microbes in the waste with oxygen.
The waste remains in these batches until it is stabilized and the system controls the volume of air being sucked through the waste to maximize the decay. This takes 10 to 14 days.
Once the waste is dry, it is collected by the overhead cranes and moved to the refinement section. Here, a combination of electromechanical and magnetic processes sort and shred the dried material, extracting ferrous metals and aluminum, producing a solid recovered fuel, or SRF, suitable for use in cement kilns and a wide range of other energy recovery systems. All of the outputs from the plant are collected in standard containers and are removed for recycling or recovery. Finally, all of the air from the facility is collected for treatment and dust removal. To do this, the air is passed through a large biofiltration system, typically made of wood bark or similar material, which harnesses natural microbes to remove odors from the air. If required, additional mechanical filtration equipment can be used as an alternative or supplement to the biofiltration system.
The Entsorga MBT process combines modern technology with clever design to provide a highly flexible and cost-effective means of treating residual municipal solid waste. In doing this, it delivers weight loss, recycling and recovery, and contributes towards waste reduction targets and diversion from landfill by harnessing natural processes. It does this with a minimum impact on the environment and effective attention to health and safety, thus providing a modern, sustainable solution to waste management.
Hello and welcome to Berkeley County. My name is Clint Hogbin. I am chairman of the Berkeley County Solid Waste Authority. The Entsorga facility is located approximately 500 feet from our main office and within half a mile of several residential developments. It's been operating for nearly a year and we've not received any complaints from the public. Under normal operations, the facility produces no odors, has had no issues with traffic or effects on the neighboring communities. We are proudly home of the nation's first resource recovery facility that utilizes the patented Hebiot technology.
Hi, I'm Dean Cook, and it's really a pleasure to be out here today to talk about Entsorga. They've been a great neighbor for us. I've organized trash pickups in the area, and when you get a chance to talk about a firm that's so neighborly as them, it's really a good opportunity. They've been good to us, we appreciate what they do, and the bottom line is we recycle all this trash.
Hi, my name is Richard Sussman, Community Manager for the Stonebridge Property Owners Association, a local subdivision with 350 single-family homes. After a survey, the residents reported having little to no effects from the Entsorga facility, and we're excited to continue education and tours to learn about new trash disposal technology.